Don't we all love our jobs? No, just me? Okay then.
Welcome to the workplace, you're now a f***ing wage slave. Corporate America. We're a family that is tight-knit, just kidding, that's some bullshit. Corporate America.
So, I work part-time for a small business, and I honestly enjoy what I'm doing, for the most part. I have flexible hours and genuinely awesome coworkers, which I know not everyone can say the same. I honestly feel for all the people stuck in a job they hate, but more complaining later. I'm going to start off with talking about the some of the good things about having a job. So it gives you something to do all day, and it gives you a place to go so that you're not just a freaking basement dweller whose only relationships are with Discord kittens. You actually get coworkers and people you can talk to, and even if some of those people suck, you got to admit that social interaction is good for the soul. And not to mention, I also love getting paid money. It's awesome just having the privilege of having my own money that I earned and I can spend on whatever I want, like my plushies and other things that make me genuinely happy. And I can also spend that money on stuff I need, right? Like housing, food. Surely I'll be able to afford all that. No? Oh, I forgot that usually in society, money is used as blackmail. You're constantly pushed to work harder, or else you won't be able to afford basic necessities because everything is just so expensive with inflation now. I think that kind of sucks. I do make pretty good money even with my part time income, but I still am not even close to being able to afford a place to live. And I do not want to go full time because I would get absolutely overwhelmed with the workload. Also, that's not even mentioning corporate culture. Corporate culture is generally just terrible. Just the jargon sucks and all the hustle culture, and everyone's just constantly pushing you to like work constantly, going to meaningless meetings, dealing with meaningless emails, and overall just spending hours every day doing stuff you don't want to do. And I live in America where this hustle culture is more evident than probably a lot of other places. I know the work culture is probably worse in some Asian countries, but here in America, you don't get any guarantees. In most other places, you're guaranteed stuff like paid time off, maternity leave, stuff like that. Not here. Even if you're like a waiter at a restaurant, you literally just don't get paid enough money and you're forced to rely on the goodwill of the customers. And for all jobs, like you just kind of need to rely on your employer's goodwill, which usually they're greedy and they're only really looking out for themselves. Isn't the case for my employer, but I know it is for a lot of others, and it's a very common issue in our society. The last thing I wanted to mention that's not so much a complaint and is more so just advice is following your like dreams and passion generally isn't the best idea because if you have to do something 8 hours a day every day, it'll eventually get old and you'll get tired of it, even if it's something you genuinely enjoy now. So, my advice is find something you can tolerate, but don't monetize your passions. Honestly, I feel like in this society, the financial system and the job market are just fundamentally broken in so many ways that I've gone over. However, it is possible to find something that you genuinely enjoy doing. And it's possible to still build a good life for yourself that you actually enjoy, even though things might seem bleak now. And it's still possible to get stuff done and be useful without making work your entire life. Because work is also supposed to fund your hobbies and passions, which that is what you were really living for. But, anyways, thanks for listening to my little rant. I really appreciate all of you little goobers. Also, be sure to like and subscribe, it helps out a lot. Thanks again, and peace.